attention. Okay, so tonight we're going to go over hand signals on the bike so everybody knows what the other person is doing. So we teach this, it's kind of like proper etiquette, but you will not always get someone that comes up next to you or does any type of hand signaling. When we're together, we're going to do it, and that's how it's going to go down, but other people sometimes don't respect those hand signals and they don't care and they'll just do it. So we will do the right thing, okay? So when we are making a right hand turn, you can use either your right hand to do this, right hand, or this. Just like you would if you were using hand signals, which we don't really do in cars anymore, but whatever feels more comfortable. I think Cynthia likes to do this, yes?
Because I have to keep my right hand on the weight on the...
Some people feel they're a little more powerful with their right side, and some people will do this to make a right hand turn. So it's the same as driving, okay? And then, of course, left hand turn, okay? When you are coming up to a stoplight or a stop sign or you're slowing down, the signal for slowing down would be doing this, elbow bent, palm open, hand open, and just like the motion of slow down, okay? Stopping would be closed fist with the elbow bent in that position, okay? So a lot of times you'll see someone go stopping and then slowing down or stopping or slowing. So let's go over this. Anybody remember slowing down? Stopping. Okay. So if there's something in the road that you want to let the guy behind you let you know that there's maybe some glass or a box or something, you're just going to point to it, okay? And if there's a whole bunch of stuff on the road, you're going to go like this, okay? Point and do this, okay? A lot of times we have a friend that tends to do this, okay? And you don't know what she's doing.
Or she goes like this.
Yeah, oh yeah, or the fingers. This is not a signal for anything.
We don't know what that means. She does it all the time.
Yeah. So you need to really show someone there's something in the road and it goes all the way. You don't have to say anything. It's just the nonverbal communication. Okay. Anything else? What else do we need?
You can always use verbal communication, though.
So make sure that you are loud enough. You got the wind blowing this way. You need to probably turn your head a little bit so someone can hear you. Say it loud enough. Communication when we're riding as a group goes a long way. You have to anticipate what the person is going to do in front of you, so always be cautious. Be about two to three bike lengths behind the other person. You don't want to be real close. You don't want to be crossing tires on either side like this. It's too close because if someone decides they're going to move over a little bit quickly, you have to anticipate what they're going to do. Just this Sunday I went biking with my fiance and my bike shorts were not properly on, right? They were a little twisted, so I slowed down and I kind of did one of these, and I did not know that he was right behind me, that he had the problem that I didn't signal him that I was going to stop, okay, or slow down. So I was wrong by not signaling and saying, slowing down, but he also did not anticipate something going wrong or something stopping, so he was pretty close. So you really have to be on both ends of the stick and always, anticipate what's going to go on in front of you and be far enough away that you can be able to maneuver your bike out of the way if someone does stop immediately, or at least let someone know what's going on. So that was a very interesting conversation over the weekend. So.
As beginners, if you're really a beginner on your bike and you do not ever have to let go of your handlebars, you can do all of your communicating with the group verbally. You just have to make sure that we can hear you. So if you're not comfortable letting go of your handlebars with one or both hands, don't until you are comfortable. So just use words instead of hand signals if that's where you are at this point in time.
Yeah.
But
we'll be practicing.
After today, though, that point will be moved because you'll be pros on your bike handle.
But we want you to practice when we go out as a group on Wednesdays. We want you to practice. Even if you just going around in the parking lot, practice or talk, yell, communicate. Some of the other things that we want to communicate with the other things that are on the road, which are cars and trucks and motorcycles, you've got to give some eye contact. You can't just assume that since you have the green light, you're going. There might be people turning. So you need to be able, especially on this road, we have people coming out of driveways of the big reserves and stuff. So you want to slow down. You see a car coming, you want to slow down and see if you can give eye contact to let them know, I'm going. And if they don't, that means they don't see you. If you don't give the eye contact, they might not see you. So you need to slow down. It's a bigger vehicle than ours, okay? We are considered a, vehicle. considered a person riding, on a vehicle. So a lot of times you will have people screaming and yelling at you, even if you are in a designated bike lane. Okay, they will scream and yell at you. You might have the right of way. They will still scream at you. So again, we will respect the rules, but remember, it's a bigger thing that's in the road. So respect them. If they're doing the wrong thing, don't argue. Let them go by, because we've all had our mishaps and it's happened. I've had stuff thrown at me because someone I was with was, arguing about the fact that we were in the right position and looking back and threw something at us. So you don't want that to happen. Okay? So again, eye contact, communicate, nonverbal communication. You can let them know I'm going. This is the sign of going. So let them know I'm going. What else? Be careful when you're going down the road. If there's a car that's parked, always assume that the door could open. So don't get real close to the car. Make enough room that there's going to be check to make sure that there's enough room on this side too. But just be careful of parked cars. You never know who's inside, who's going to open up a door. That's one way one of our fellow cyclists got hurt. Car door opened. Anything else? Huh? Paceline. So Paceline is, I'm sure you've seen a whole bunch of people riding in one after the other. There should be enough space between each bike to not cross wheels like we talked about before. And in a Paceline, there's a leader, and the leader is going to be the one that's setting the pace, okay? So when that person is kind of done and tired, and we're going to be doing this on tree line at some point, maybe when there's a set time, so many miles or so many minutes, and they're just tired, it's time for them to get off the front and go into the back. They're going to check the traffic to make sure it's okay, that they can move over to the left. So if I'm in the Paceline, here's bike number 2. I'm going to first look to make sure I can get out into this area. I'm going to come over to the signal for the next person to come up. As they're coming up, you're just kind of slowing down, and they're just going their pace. And you're going to go all the way to the back. The leader will still be checking, but you have to make sure there's enough room and time for you to get down to the back. And move right back in to the back of the line. Okay? You have to communicate and check. You have to look to make sure it's okay for you.
There may be other occasions where you are wanting to pull off, or somebody's going to be passing you. You always, if you're always pulling off, you always pull to the left. Don't ever go to the right. Passing, if someone's passing you, if you're the passer, you always pass to the left. If you are in front and for some reason you're going to stop and slow down, then you need to be moving to the left. Don't move to the right. Move to the left if you're in front.
Because if it's a set thing all the time,
Then everyone else knows what you're doing.
everyone else
Okay,
knows.
so you
pass
keep
on
it the
the-
same.
Pass on what side? Oh, left.
Same as you would if you're a
Every
car.
Okay. And just, okay.
So
If you're coming up, say there's another group out there and we're going 22 miles an hour and they're only going 15, we're going to pass them. So we'll be on their, we will do that on their left.
and you gotta say it loud and proud. On your left! Just like that. So we will practice that when we're on the tree line. And so again, with verbal communication, so say we're all in a pace line and we're coming up to an intersection and we don't know, a car is coming up. You need to let everybody know, car up is the proper verbiage to use. There's a car coming, car up. Everybody says it, car up, car up. So everybody knows that at some point there's a car up front. You don't know what they're gonna do, just to let them know. The guy in the back, the last guy trailing in the pace line, either they see or hear a car behind them or a truck or whatever. They'll say, car back. Yes, car back. And then the next person will say, car back, car back. So we know that maybe that top pace line person won't come out and, get hit by a car. So it's just verbal communication. So the verbiage is car up, car back,
Car right, car left.
car right, car left. Yeah. If there's another biker coming in the opposite direction, you want to let everybody know, biker up. If there's someone running, you might want to say
Often
runner up.
runners run opposite of traffic, so you often will have runners running at you.
Yes.
So you would say runner up, walker up. You come across that quite frequently.
And who has the right of way there? I mean, where are they?
I think the pedestrian has the right of way.
The pedestrian does have the right of way. What we would do would be move over to the left, as if we were a car. We'd come out into the lane if the lane is clear. When the lane is clear. They would say over towards a curb and we would be in the lane.
Again, it's no different than if there was a car and you're trying to give them eye contact to let them know. There's been best to make some type of noise or whistle. So,
If you're riding and you have bike troubles, chain comes off or flat, just signal that you're stopping and then yell
yes.
flat.
Yeah. Help. Yes.
If you're the last one in the line and that happens to you, make sure you yell right away,
Right.
or we'll be too far away. We'll never hear you, and
Right.
we may be a quarter mile before we look back to
Right.
make sure everyone's there. So, if you're the end of the line and there's no one else to see, then make sure you're yelling right away.
Gotta
So that we
flat,
can
gotta
stop.
stop. Yeah. Pulling over.
If you're not the last one, you need to signal that you're slowing,
Right.
and then and then you would.
But you're with the group, you gotta communicate to somebody, even if it's just the last guy. The last guy would say, hey, so and so stopping, whatever. So just let them know, and you'll be proficient enough to stop and change a flag.
Within 2 minutes and catch the group.
Yeah, no, they'll be able to catch you. All right. What else? Anything else? Anything else? We talked about communication, hand signals, pace line.
Ooh, fast stop, quick stop, emergency stop. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
This one's for Elsa.
Well, actually, we'll do that here.
We'll practice it when they need to learn.
Okay.
Do the
So,
third one.
so tonight we're gonna do bike handling skills. How you are on your bike, how you're gonna be turning and stopping and going around things if there's glass or something. So, one of the big things that you come in contact with is any type of critter that comes out in the way, whether it be cat, dog, or those fast ass squirrels. Okay, they're not really conducive to cycling when you're, So, the position that you need to be in so you don't go ass over head is you're going to use both brakes, both brakes, and you're going to scoot back on the bike. Jennifer's going to demonstrate that for us. So, anytime you need to do a quick stop, even if you're at a traffic light and you're coming up and you didn't pay attention and you got to stop quickly, scoot both brakes and sit back on your bike. I'm going to demonstrate. And we're going to practice this tonight so you know in case you have to stop quickly. Here we go. Squirrel! Okay, so she's back. Center of gravity's back. Both brakes are being squeezed at the same time. So let's do it again, Jen. She's really good at this, I don't know. Squirrel! So we got behind you. Okay, so just so you know what brakes to use, I guess we have to go over. We're going over body part.
Demonstrating the next one.
Okay, come on over here. So we'll demonstrate the next one. This is what we're going to be having you guys doing. You're going to go around in a circle. Stay close to the chalk line if you can. But we're going to go in both directions so no one gets too used to one direction. You have to get used to turning small areas. The more you practice, the better it is. We've had a couple of people get a little dizzy maybe on one direction. So but stay close to the line. I promise you, am I not right, Cynthia? Yes. How good did you get after doing these?
Nobody will fall. You won't fall. You have
Yep.
plenty of room to lead.
Plenty of room. So